Thinking that she would only be leaving her Broadway show for 1 week to do a guest starring role in All in the Family, little did our next guest know producer Norman Lear had other plans for her. Best known to TV audience as Vivian on Maude, she's now keeping TV viewers in stitches on Mama's Family. Here's RUE McLANAHAN. It's nice to see her, and she brought along her parking ticket from downstairs. This is how we guarantee that all the guests show up, because this is where we validate the parking. So there, now you're okay. And
that's a load off my mind.
Sorry about that. I just poked somebody's eye out over there. What kind of name is RUE?
Oh, gosh, you know, I'm never prepared for that. I should dream up some kind of dumb answer. Oh, no, I always give a dumb answer, as a matter of fact. It was my mother's name. It was a French girlfriend of my grandfather's.
Uh-huh.
So I was told. I don't know.
RUE,
Yeah,
R-U-E.
it's also an herb. You know, it's in Shakespeare. It's an English herb.
Oh, well, that's where it comes from a lot of different places. You could probably make up great stories like.
Those are all true, though.
But I like the.
Aren't they boring?
No, the girlfriend of your grandfather is kind of interesting, you know. Now, Norman Lear actually saw you in a play.
He saw me in a play in New York in 1970. Yeah, in 1970. It ran for about 2 minutes, and he happened to be there opening night.
The whole play ran.
Well, you know what I mean. It closed in a matter of weeks, you know. And I heard from him 3 years later. No, 2 years later, 72. Come out to do All in the Family.
It was just as a guest shot.
Mm-hmm. So. And while I was out here doing All in the Family, he asked if I'd stay over for an extra 2 or 3 days and do another show called Maude. They needed someone to play Vivian, the next-door neighbor. So I was in a play at the time, Sticks and Bones on Broadway, and I called Joseph Papp, who was the producer, and he'd been kind enough to let me out for 5 days. I said, may I stay an extra 4 and do another show? Well, he said, I never let people out in the first place, but okay.
And then
that was the beginning of
You gave it up.
years.
Have you given up Broadway altogether?
No.
No.
It's just been a long hiatus. I've just been busy out here.
Well, it's always the big question when you see somebody come from New York and the stage to do television out here is if they miss that the most or they enjoy television more.
I don't know. I think I enjoy the stage the most of all. I love radio. I love to do radio. I think radio is a kick, yeah.
And there's nothing left to do on radio anymore.
Well, there is one, you know. There is that little group out of Minnesota that comes out here. And they do dramas, half-hour and hour dramas. I've worked for them 3 or 4 times.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know
gosh,
that.
I wish I could think of their name right quick.
Because they even just canceled, I understand, the CBS Mystery Theater.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the way I felt. That was so great.
Oh, I loved that.
I know, it ran longer than everybody expected. It went about 10 years, but I understand it just went off.
Well, that's too bad. I think we need more, not less.
Did you do radio before?
No, no, but I just love it. I always loved listening. See, I'm old enough to have listened to radio, and that gives you a lot of imagination, you know.
Yeah.
When you're just listening.
Whereas television just puts it out there.
Well, there it is. I mean,
and that's all. You have no chance to imagine things.
You can imagine smells, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's about it. Now, Mama's Family, we understand, has just been picked up for another 13
weeks. That's what I understand, too, yes, another 13. We've made a couple already.
Yeah. So it's doing well.
Yeah. It's doing well. Yeah. We're having a wonderful time.
And on it, you play...
I play a character named Aunt Fran. I'm Vicki Lawrence's baby sister. You know, I love the way they've done this show because Vicki Lawrence, I think, is the youngest one on the show, except for the 2 teenage kids. And she plays Mama, the oldest one. Now, Betty White is her daughter. I'm her baby sister. Ken Berry is her son.
When she does Mama, though, you can't imagine her being the youngest person on the show.
No, it's a brilliant characterization. Yeah. I loved it the first time I saw it on the old Carol Burnett show.
Did you see it back then? Because your character wasn't part of it back then.
No, she was originated just for this show. Just for this series, I mean, yeah. No, there was no, in fact, Ken Berry's character wasn't on it then either. He's been one son before, but this particular son he's playing now is a new one.
Oh, he was on the Carol Burnett show?
He was on that special they did last
the Mama's Family
year.
special?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He played a son who was a brilliant writer and very successful, lived in Hollywood and smart, and now he plays this real bumbling locksmith, Vince.
Oh, is that what his job is?
Oh, he's a locksmith, yeah. He's out of work about half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You went from the Lear family group to the Gary Hamilton family group.
Joe Hamilton,
I'm sorry. Because they all stick together so close. The same with the Norman Lear bunch.
Well, we stuck together at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well-
the Joe Hamilton people, I mean, Vicki is an old hand, you know, she was on the Carol Burnett show. Betty White has been with them a long time. Harvey Korman's been with them a long time. A lot of the people behind the scenes are from the Burnett show. We're doing it at CBS, although it's an NBC show, because that's the crew that did the Burnett show, so everybody knows everybody from 15 years back.
That's the way it works, even
Yeah.
in big-time show business.
Yeah.
Everybody hangs in together. We have a
Oh,
clip.
it's very cozy.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it makes it easy to work that way.
You have a clip?
Yes.
Oh, how
we
nice.
have
I
a
didn't
clip
know that.
of RUE McLANAHAN from Mama's Family as Aunt Fran.
Oh, good.